never late.
Yeah.
It's the Queen, J Morgan. Yeah, we finna score, baby.
Sending bags to the line when it lands. I'm on the way, never late to the cash. We do the touchdown dance. Touchdown dance. Hey, he do the touchdown dance. Hey, she do the touchdown dance. We do the touchdown dance. Touchdown dance. Road runner, I be getting it. About that life, never lied, I'm really living it. Got that drip, make these chicks wanna swim in it. I do it moving, I'm never limited. Switch the stance, yeah, I throw both hands. Touchdown dance, every time a bag lands. Had to stay, doing hella promo. And I hit the end zone in every city I go. Taking what I make, invested in a show. Double up the money, and then we make it more. It's all about the team, I'm about to make a throw. When they ask about me, tell them I'm a pro. Sending bags to the line when it lands. I'm on the way, never late to the cash. We do the touchdown dance. Touchdown dance. Hey, he do the touchdown dance. Hey, she do the touchdown dance. We do the touchdown dance. Touchdown dance.
Ready, set, go. I'm flexing for show. Stay busting plenty X's and O's. Know you hearing things, then I'm spearing things. They speak of the rebel, I appear in a range. All the squares mad, they appear deranged. Neck deep in this weed game. 80 for a quarter, 2 bands for a pillow. Film on the Minnesota, that's the motherfucking end zone. Hit my fam off, they never ran off. Need a couple of yards, give him a hand off. Lose my grand's boss, letting the blam off in front of your property, having a Mexican standoff.
Sending bags to the line when it lands. I'm on the way, never late to the cash. We do the touchdown dance. Touchdown dance. Hey, he do the touchdown dance. Hey, she do the touchdown dance. We do the touchdown dance. Touchdown dance.
Put my killers on the floor. They running up the score. Big money is all I know. The hustle, I love it so much. Put me outside, they can't guard me. Going for 6, and so what? I'ma hold up in court. Hold up on the streets, nigga, hold down the fort. Touchdown.
He could go all the way. Touchdown dance. She could go all the way. Touchdown dance.
Okay, this is
right now.
No, okay. All right, take that back. This is what's really happening, and I'm live. You ready for this? Let's see what it says here. Introduce clearly, Paulie Escobedo. Wait, you're Niner fan.
What was that?
Niner fan?
I don't follow football, but family's a Raider fan. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would that song make someone want to be hey, Niners kind of cool? I mean, would that make some people want to be a Niner fan?
Would it want to convert me? Dude, I'll get stabbed if I, try to leave the team, even if I'm not a part of the fan base,
Okay. Okay, you'll get stabbed if you try to leave the team, not part of fam. Okay. Secretly, though.
I mean, I'll blink in Morse code when the camera gets off me.
Okay. Big fan of San Quinn, too. Right?
What was that?
San Quinn was in that. You know San Quinn? The Bay Area rapper?
Uh-huh.
Have you heard of him?
I've heard the name. Yeah. Yeah.
See? Okay. No, well, let's make that a moment there. You've heard the name. A lot of people in the Bay Area know San Quinn. But see, for some people that have just heard the name, but haven't really played, I suppose you haven't really played his music.
No, not really. I think I've really dropped out of Bay Area rap after Andre Nicotina. That was probably the last big Bay Area rapper I was listening to. Wow,
see, he was kind of part of that circle, that time in rap. I mean, he's still rapping, but I mean, he's really big during that time in rap.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm getting somewhere with this. I'm like, hey, San Quinn. I mean, that was Jay Morgan's song with San Quinn in it. I'm like, hey, San Quinn, come on, I want you on the show. And that's a good example of how I've been a fan for a while. I know him. I mean, I know him really well musically, though. And there's people that haven't listened to his music, like Paulie here. But you've heard
Yeah,
This could be the time where if he came on my show, the people that have just heard his music but don't really know him, boom, that could be the time to shine.
Yeah, like I definitely put him on my Spotify mix, you know, like throw it in there,
Yeah.
give it a chance.
Yeah, if hey San Quinn, if he heard you on the show, he'd be like, wait, that's San Quinn. I've heard of him, but only heard of him, but not heard his music. Now he would listen to your music because like, wow, that's what he sounds like.
One more fan, yeah.
Who else were we talking about should come on? No, we're done with that. So the questions introduced clearly. All right. And then look at person. All right, Paulie Escobedo. How much stage time do you usually get on stage? Wait, stage. How much time do you usually get on stage?
Like, are we looking at like per set or like weekly?
Hey,
Either
Paulie Escobedo will answer both.
Yeah, I mean, like usually my sets are somewhere between like in the 5 to 10 minute range, you know. But
Okay.
I'm like, I'm going up on stage. I do sometimes up to like 4 mics a night. So really like anywhere between like 20 to 30 minutes a day. You know, just really
A
trying
day.
Yeah.
Like every time you go up, or like we're talking about like every day, like a Monday through Friday job here.
Well, like I would say like Mondays normally I would hit like 4 to 5 mics, you know, and then that's like between like 20 to 30 minutes right there.
Yeah, Mondays are a hot spot for open mic. Open mics.
Yeah.
You still hit a whole 30 at an open mic?
Like I'm really like trying to grind and get that material I have down. So I know like one like big thing I got when I got into comedy, like listening to other comedians who were already like featured acts and like local headliners. So it's just like get as much stage time as possible, just grind.
How do you get a lot of time at an open mic? Are you like in general when you're at a place where they probably don't give other people as much time, or was there a time where how do you become that person where they're not wanting to put that light on you? So
really it's just like the first thing I started doing like when I first got into like
wait, for people that don't know the light, that is the what do we call it, the stage time light, where your stage time is about to end.
Yeah, like the countdown basically, like here it is, finish up,
Yeah. So how could you be that person where they're like, okay,
there you go, I'm giving you the light. I'm trying to give you the light.
He's
all right, we had a great time here, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, and being in that realm, I kind of even felt like I was getting the light there. So you really feel, how do you become that guy where they don't want to do that? Like we want to keep going. We're not going to do that.
I mean, there's a lot of different things, like the first thing that I focused on was just like when I showed up to like mics and everything, just like being as cool of a person as possible, like showing up early, like helping the host like set up, staying late, helping them take down, just being a member of like the community, Yeah, like
Santa Cruz.
Yeah. So like I'm labeled a Santa Cruz comic, but I am from San Jose.
Yeah. I mean that's why we could get you out here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it wasn't like too crazy of a drive for me.
Yeah, because you're pretty well known. I mean, if you're well known in Santa Cruz, you probably I'm not making that effort. That's a long drive. I gotta talk to my manager.
Yeah, something like that.
But San Jose is a little closer, so you're more available.
Most definitely, yeah. Like I ended up driving here, but I was just gonna hop on BART.
So what kind of mics do you hit up on a Monday?
On a Monday, there's a lot of different mics, especially in the Bay Area. There's one at this brewery in San Carlos. There's also Swinging Door, that's in San Mateo. There was Quarter Note, that's in Sunnyvale. There's Keys, which is in San Jose. That one's a good one where the host will let you do anywhere as long as you want, But the thing about that is probably the most ghetto bar I've ever been to. It's super difficult to get the audience to pay attention. So you could know. Yeah, or Keys.
Yeah. Keys is a little more.
Yeah, so you could do upwards to like 15 minutes if you wanted. It's just like, do you want to,
Yeah, because then you got to really tell some good jokes.
Yeah, like you really.
As time gets longer, because someone might throw something at you.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like you gotta get the audience's participation. Like some places are down to just like listen to you do your material. Others they want to be involved. You
feel like you could do anything?
What was that?
Do you feel like you can do anything?
No.
There's people that see. that takes me to that whole motto of you can do anything you want to do. And good answer, no. Right? Like, and for the people that want to take mottos too seriously, what do you say? Why'd you say no?
Why'd I say no? I feel like I do best at like just writing. Like I can write like a good joke. I can see like the setup and the punchline and everything like that. Yeah. But like in the moment things, especially with like crowd work, like interacting with the crowd, that's where I kind of like freeze up. And then nowadays, that's kind of where like videos go viral. Like you see like people like Matt Rife and other stuff like that who are amazing at crowd work. That's what's keeping the people's attention span while they're scrolling. Yeah. Yeah.
And in other words, you could be a horrible comedian on stage, because they're not getting your jokes you got prepared for. You'll just get the people that are getting your viral, riffing the crowd work sort of stuff.
Yeah, like that can definitely happen. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess so apologize to Joseph Nolan there. I mean, because he got the great jokes, but he can't really. The crowd work he couldn't really handle the crowd work too well.
Oh, does he feel the same way?
Yeah, he was trying to crowd work one night. It really got to him. He had to tell someone, "Shut up." So maybe yeah. So there are comedians that they get down on the people that do just mostly the crowd work, and like jokes are more important, right? Is that you feel like crowd work is kind of cheating the game a little bit?
I feel like a lot of people will say that, but like after being in the game for a bit, like crowd work is a skill, Like I did visit the Comedy Cellar in New York recently, and then what's going on there is they mostly record, like for the most part, all the comedian sets, right? Like every comedian gets their full set recorded in the Comedy Cellar, which is like the mecca of the East Coast, like comedy scene, right?
Yeah.
And what they're trying to do over there is like they won't even, for the most part, do material. They'll just constantly just do crowd work as soon as they get up there. They'll grab the microphone and be like, "What do you do?" And it's because they're trying to get that viral clip.
Oh, that's sad. Oh.
I mean, from like an artistic standpoint, like yeah, that sucks. That that's what it is like now. But from like just trying to fucking pay your bills and eat, makes sense.
I feel like crowd work was maybe just originally meant only for the people that are gonna shout something like a heckler or something. But then people just took it too far and went, "Hey, I could just do this." You think it was just meant as to be a preparation?
That's what I thought getting into comedy. But one thing I learned is like when you're in a really like small room, like I call them like intimate rooms, when there's like maybe like 10 to 20 people there, right? Like crowd work is a way to engage with them because it's definitely more intimate. Like you're definitely like making a lot more eye contact with them and whatnot. So like sometimes like they'll be really into your material right from the get-go, and other times it makes them a little more uncomfortable. So like getting them involved in your set is kind of like a way to win them over.
Yeah, like what's some good crowd work? Crowd work is like a way of heckling back or pre-heckling, I guess, because if you go just right into it. What are maybe some no-nos of the crowd work, like heckling the audience?
Definitely Kramer from Seinfeld. I don't know if you saw that viral clip.
So, I mean, because we all know him from that. Is that bad that we all know him from that?
From the clip or Seinfeld?
From the clip of saying the N-word.
Yeah, so that's like you basically going as far off as possible, like the worst the worst crowd work you could do. Trying to win everyone back over from a heckler.
How could he have just, instead of saying the N-word, how could he have put them down culturally other ways?
I would probably leave just like maybe culture out of it. I definitely would just like like every situation is different. The other day I got heckled by this girl, right? And then like I actually like won the audience over, and she like unfortunately became a part of my set. Basically I was just like like you're gonna be in the preamble of my suicide note, like telling her, she was like interrupting me. But then it got like kind of fun because I was like, "What's your name? I want to know how to spell it." And she said Mooya, M-O-O. I was like, wait, the first three initials of your name are Moo? And that kind of took over my set. But like she actually enjoyed being a part of it, and her friends did too, and I kind of had fun like making fun of her, So there's a way like you could do it properly where you kind of win them over and everyone has a good time, or there's a way you can end your career, like
well, instead of saying N-word, could he have just made a
joke, like you were one of my worst slaves, or something like that.
I mean,
or when my grandfather had you as a slave, you were one of the worst.
I mean, every room is different.
Instead of saying the N word.
Yeah, like
they kept still taking it as the N word in a way, like as how they took it.
Honestly, maybe
would he still be racist?
It probably maybe depends on how good his set was before that. Like, there are some comedians who definitely get away with it. You know, back before in the day, like Louis C.K. said it. Like I think in a special when he got away with it.
And
like,
an R word.
Yeah, he didn't call someone specifically, but he said it. Andrew Schultz recently made a whole joke, like a whole bit about like blackface, right?
Yeah,
about
that guy's
like
edgy.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, you know, like to be in the Marines, you know, the Marine commercial like shows how cool blackface is. You know, people going their undercover operations with blackface. So like, there's a way, like, you know, there's definitely ways you can push that envelope to make it work. But with like Kramer, he kind of just like full on, without even like making it funny whatsoever. He fucked himself.
Yeah, because maybe he was a little enraged also when he said it.
He was, yeah.
What if? I mean, I don't think people should say that word, especially, you know, black people. That's it's more word, you know, for a community. For white folks, definitely, right? Should not say that word, right? I'm not even compelled to. So, I just wonder if say the like he said it like maybe he went into the mic and said the word. Whispered it, but everyone heard it and then just kept going about some kind of set instead of like enraged. Would that be kind of funny? Like I would still be like, hey, that is racist. That kind of funny though. Well, if he like would have got into the mic and said it, like just whispered it, and then just started, but then loudly went back to his set, would that be kind of funny? Or like, wait, that would have been like, wait, one of those. Wait, what? Oh, right.
I mean, maybe some comics could pull it off. I don't know.
Would that be funny if you were in the crowd and like he just like whispered into the mic that word, and then like, but then gave a scary look at the people, but then went back to, yeah. So the other day, like, what did he just what?
I mean, like I was saying earlier, it depends on how good his set is. Is he able to win me over with something like that? I mean, that's part of like the stand-up skill, you know. If you can make.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be, yeah. For some reason, that sounds like a no. Yeah, well, I think it would depend how angry his face looked. Yeah.
Yeah, like because when he was telling that to that guy, he was talking out pure hate. You know, he was mad.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was a bad move. Yeah. So, and then well, okay. We didn't have our rapper guest show up, but here's a question. You probably know. All right, what were the first rappers you listened to growing up?
The first rappers I listened to?
Yeah, that can count for anyone here.
I was born in '91, and I'm actually from like
we're the same age, huh?
Oh yeah, you're 91.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 32. Or you have your birthday yet? Or no?
Oh, are you? Wait, 32. Were we talking leap year or something? Wait, why'd you say 32?
How old are you?
81, you said, right?
I said 91.
Oh, crap.
Oh.
Yeah, man, I like 81. Dang. Oh, dang, I'm old. 91, okay.
No, it's okay.
That's a good year. Okay, well, that's gangster rap then.
Yeah. And then especially like the area I'm from the east part of San Jose. So it's a little bit, you know, like it's a lot worse now since I moved out, but back then, yeah, there was a lot of gangster rap, NWA, Tupac. That was like really big with like my older brothers.
Still listen to Tupac.
Yeah,
nice.
Tupac. Who else? Cypress Hill. I'm thinking who else who I have on the playlist still, because like, you know, Biggie. I mean, like the music I grew up with is still the music I listen to, you know.
Yeah. So wait. So you listen to a lot of '90s music?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Because most people, it's like, you know, you're born this year. It's gonna be like the next decade that you're really gonna just embrace. But you, since you were a baby, you probably remember, dude. You probably remember being born.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, coming out of that birth canal.
Wow, what was that like? Most people forget it.
No, I mean, just kidding, fucking around. It was intense. No, I'm glad I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, 'cause that sounds like a hospital birth, right? Intense. A lot of people, you know, a lot of people that were born intense.
Intense. I was almost born in the elevator, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the fourth child, so like I was about ready to just pop out, you know.
Oh yeah, but was this at least almost expected?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, your parents were like any day now. At least were they like any day now? And then it happened.
Yeah, so like my mom stopped at McDonald's to pick up my brother a Happy Meal before she went to the hospital, and then like because of that, I feel I was almost born in the elevator.
And I feel like there's always a McDonald's involved in some kind of birth, whether it's like not having to be at the McDonald's, but always a McDonald's somewhere surrounding birth.
McDonald's or a clown, you know. There's always
yeah, that could be scary.
The dad. No.
Paulie Escobedo, what physical symptoms do you experience when you are anxious?
That's a good question. A lot of like perspiration, you know, sweating. The biggest one is like mucus for some reason. Like I always just get like stuffy.
Out the nose?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which doesn't help
like
that I'm about to go on stage and try
There's
to talk.
some dogs like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of a dog. Yeah, that's kind of one symptom I experience. Also, like, I guess like general symptoms that everyone else does. You know, talking fast. You know, things like that.
Have you ever turned that into a bit, mucus?
No, I try. No, I guess I never thought of that. But
that way you don't need to get rid of it. You don't have to deal with that
Use
stress.
it as a prop.
You don't have to use that. Yeah, I mean, because I feel like, oh, man, I'm sweating bad or whatever.
He's
whatever
the
symptoms.
top of mucus, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going.
I know, right? Like Gallagher, everyone in the front row has like just
everybody
sneeze.
that plastic door. Oh God, that's kind of gross.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, I know, right?
Rest in peace, Gallagher. Yeah.
Yeah, he just died.
I thought about that idea.
Yeah.
But
I heard.
Now I can actually do it.
Oh yeah.
Before it would be something he did, so now I can actually do it. So I'm thinking about that because sometimes I think, I think often I'm coming to an end. What am I going to do? You know, everyone's doing this podcast thing, and then I gotta hope people show up and then when they do, friends forever. But because it's like, oh man, you showed up. But you gotta keep creative. So I think maybe I can keep going on my own. And I could bring all kinds of fruit in studio, maybe, and just smash things and put like some kind of cloth over the table, and people would hear the pounding, and they would see the special effects. I think that would be a good. Has it been done podcast wise?
I don't think so. I mean, you have the sponsors like with that drink right there. Drink half of it and then smash the other half.
I'm
wait, here, let me give you. Sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm de-promoting this. Not a fan. It doesn't taste good. Doesn't taste good. But so the.
Oh wait, did he try promoting a salsa?
But,
what he's
like a smash or pass type of deal. Like, is it worth promoting or am I gonna smash it?
That is a good idea.
Dana brought up a good point, Luke.
Yeah,
you've already tried that a couple weeks ago with the guacamole.
That was okay. That could have been on me. Yeah. So the guacamole. There was the floor. So so we have that experience because I did smash some salsa in here, but it went on the floor. Which should we do it on a table or?
I mean, within camera view, at least, right?
Yeah. And then we would have to fit there. We can take off the mics, I guess, if it becomes. It could be all right. This is only going to be a one guest show from now on. Specifically, and since you already gave the idea, I would have you come in, Paulie, and we smash stuff, or I smash stuff when we talk about it.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Or right on the street corner on a table.
It would have to be. This is in studio, so it would have to be on this table here. Yeah, this is a. It would be a. Well, because I mean, it's Paul,
You didn't even see my lips move when she said that, right?
because this has to go on the Paul's the YouTube Edge Studios thing.
Yeah, sure.
So it would have to be in the studio.
Pull up those plastic curtains.
Yeah, because that's what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna put it all right here. We're gonna put all the food right here, and then we're gonna smash it. Tarp the entire room, all the microphones. All you'll hear is banging. It should work out well. I think you really thought this through.
I haven't even thought about it till now. I mean, I've wanted to do it, but then
You
Gallagher.
couldn't do it.
Well, I mean, not quite. I never came up with the idea of doing it here yet till today. But I've thought it was something really cool, something I've wanted to do, and then Gallagher was still alive, so I couldn't because I would probably get sued.
I mean, you still got Gallagher 2 alive. His brother's still alive, right?
Right,
Yeah.
the guy that stole his act the first time.
So, I didn't know, but he does do that, so his brother does that too.
His brother did that for a while when he stopped touring, but then his brother's like, wait, you're making a lot of money and now I'm going to sue you. And so he stopped him from using the name.
So
Is my understanding.
he said stole.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it was bad blood. I don't think Bro let him do it.
Bad blood. So it's, hey.
And he
No
looked a
one's-
lot like him.
Okay, well, he can't. Well, okay, so if I tried doing it, he could say, I am Gallagher. Because he said he looks a lot like him. But, I mean, well, it would still be, we know Gallagher's dead for sure. There is a plaque at the cemetery, I suppose, for him. So he can't, like, all of a sudden try to get money.
Yeah, I don't think him
he
and
is
Jim
really-
Morrison and Jimi Hendrix are running a quick stop outside of Buttonwillow.
You know, I'm thinking about doing this. Paul already said, oh, right here. Hey, man. If that wasn't sarcasm, I don't think it. Sometimes,
Yeah, I think go for it. No one's using it anymore.
and there is no. It's not an original thing. There's no copyright of it anymore. What should we smash?
Shouldn't be watermelons, maybe something else.
Yeah, that's why I
Like
asked.
papayas.
Because if it was.
He doesn't own every fruit.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because if we did a watermelon, maybe that should be the first one though. Maybe it should be a watermelon at first, so people,
Associate you with
Like Al Memoriam or
whatever brings up as a penny at Lucky's.
I just go to the I'll just go to the produce and say, hey, what are you guys gonna toss out? I need to take it to my show.
Other than me, what else are you gonna toss out?
No, you should see the workers. They've brought back recently. I was like, wait, I thought this guy was fired. You mean you just brought him from somewhere else? You just put him somewhere else? Now he's back. I think that would be better. I think the free fruit would be better. The fruit they're about to throw out has fuzz on it. No one's done that before. I don't think that's been done before, to smash furry fruit.
Yeah.
Furry fruit. Like they're dressed up like furries.
Another idea.
Another
Another idea, because furries are usually fruity, right? Another idea. I need to write that
There's
down.
lots of uses for furry fruit, but we're not doing it on this podcast.
Yeah, okay. With the way this show's going today, I might have a future here, because this is I could do
Gives a
this.
whole new meaning to smashing with fruit.
There could be a whole new meaning to smash or pass on the show now.
Terps.
Like we could bring out stuff and go, so smash or pass.
Smash or pass.
Smash or pass. That could be a new show concept.
That's right, we go into a dance club.
So, it looks like speaking of identifying as anything, looks like I am now a yoga teacher. I got a text. Hello, teacher. I'm your student. I can't go to yoga tomorrow. What should I respond to that?
I don't know. Namaste, you know.
Is this role playing? She's here, so it can't be her.
I mean, I could take on that. I could schedule a class. When we get a message like this, should we respond as if we're the person and make an appointment? And we're like, well, this is my time to become something else.
Yeah, live out that fantasy.
Did you play any instruments in school? Right. I guess that's yeah. Did you?
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started with keyboard, piano, and I did that for 8 years. And then from there, I learned alto saxophone, guitar, bass guitar, and then took up a little bit of drums. But carrying it forward, like saxophone, like I can't really play a whole lot of because that fucking shit would like vibrate the whole house, you know? Like you can't really practice that. Keyboard, like I still like fuck around with, like I still have a lot of fun like playing keyboard.
I know that sound like it was like in surround sound. It was.
I just wanted
that
to
drink.
I just wanted to color the wine now. I'm drinking with you. Did you said growing up? Is that really what you wanted to be, was a musician?
At first, yeah. So actually, what I wanted to do since I was in 3rd grade was do stand-up comedy.
Yeah, that counts as when you were a kid.
Yeah. I even did it in the 3rd grade talent show. But my mom told me, she's like, that's more of a side job. Like my entire family trying to sway me away from it, you know.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Didn't work out apparently, but.
So as a comedian, you're gonna add to that.
No, go for it.
Is there? So we say musicians, and we think what instruments, and as a comedian, is there something you grow up into as a future comedian, like as you're a kid? Do people like grab a mic and tell jokes? Is that a kid? Because I usually hear that's usually a question for musicians, but people never ask comedians. So when you're a kid, what did you grab a mic and start telling jokes? How do you so you said when you were 3, that's when you started telling
Third
jokes.
grade.
3rd grade.
Mm-hmm.
But 3rd grade wasn't so when you were 3 there was no like I should be a comedian thought.
I mean, at the time I didn't really know what it was when I was 3. I didn't really realize until like 3rd grade when I was actually able to like start reading like books, you know, like that. I don't know if you know who like Louis Sacker is. Like he.
I know the Bernstein Bears.
He was an author who made like the movie Holes. You know Holes?
Holes with him. Wait.
With Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah. Holes. That was good.
Yeah. So he did a lot of like other books, and I really liked him like growing up. And he did one about like a guy who wanted to be like a stand-up comedian when he was like my age, and that's kind of like what got me the inspiration for the most part. And then like my like teachers would be like, oh, you know, like we're gonna read current events, whoever heard like certain news stories, we're gonna end with like a classmate telling a joke, and I got to tell whatever stupid joke I got, you know. Also, there was like 1 week I got like sick with the flu and I did nothing but watch Comedy Central, just like premium blend, you know. And at the time, like I went in, I basically just like stole other people's material, you know, just repeated it to my class.
I used to do that too. Yeah. That was the Comic View.
Was that what?
That was on the BET.
Oh yeah.
Back in my day.
Yeah. I mean, I was like 10, so I was like, I didn't understand the concept of stealing someone's material, you know.
Yeah. My days. Yeah. My days were more like Green Acres. Mr. Ed. Yeah, different era.
Did you say Mr. Ed?
Yeah,
the horse?
different era. Yeah, wait, how do you know? I thought that was my day. You know, Mr. Ed, that wasn't in the 90s.
No, but I still had to watch. It was a little bit. I still had to watch like shitty reruns of like classic shows.
It actually wasn't even in your day. It wasn't even in my day.
It was from like the
my
50s,
day.
right?
So it's like Leave It to Beaver. It's gone through the generations. That's why you were talking about what Barry Williams from Dancing with the Stars last week. We should know who Barry Williams is with Dancing with the Stars. The Brady Bunch was like 1967 was the year I was born.
My
So
gosh.
that we shouldn't even know what that
Well,
is.
he
But
married
thank goodness for reruns.
I don't know if he married. He married.
Being a latchkey kid for all my life. So.
He married a model on that like Surreal Life show on the VH1.
And that's also another sign of getting older.
Adrian,
Putting the word "the" in front of everything.
Adrian Curry. was her name. Wow, I remember her. Wow.
The VH1, the BET.
Yeah, they had the midget from
Austin Powers.
yeah on that show.
Troy,
Wait, what?
Troy Labor.
How the hell? You know these people? Wow, that was back in the day.
Well, I'm the youngest of 4, and all my siblings are like 15 years older than me. So like that,
You know,
your media is kind of what I was forced to grow up with.
sometimes I get these anxieties. You know, just like I'm not. I don't know. There's some things that get to me, but they're not. I don't know if they're really depression. Because like when I was a teenager, I'm like, I'm depressed. I hate that everyone's against me. I want to kill myself. But now it's more like, you know, things get to me. But they're like, it gets me in certain moods, but not really like, not really depressed. I guess I could say, but sort of like, sorry, I don't know. I want to just end it. I think I want to end it. I think I want. So this morning, just a thought. You know, wonder if we, because we're talking about all these like decades. Wonder if we like in our life, if like we would, or we would be in another decade, or I wonder if we ended our life at one point, and now we're in this decade. We're in this decade, because how the hell do we all know these past people? Do you know who the Jetsons are? Wow, dude, did someone before you just end themselves? And how the hell? You really from?
I mean, I talk myself about doing that all the time, so it's quite possible I just like quantum leaped, you know. But like no,
Yeah,
like the Jetsons are like, you know, like I like still in the 90s, you know, we had those reruns of everything from like classic cartoons, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't until like probably like early 2000s, mid 2000s that like they really started pumping out like new stuff.
You remember? Boing, not the mama.
Oh
Ring a
yeah,
bell?
dinosaurs. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this guy knows dinosaurs. And that was that considered 90s?
That show was one of my first memories.
I believe it was in the 90s, but I'm just wondering if it would be considered what people would, like people born in the 90s would remember.
Maybe like I was born in 91, and that's like one of my first memories. But I did love that show. I still remember the McDonald's toys from it, you know.
Oh yeah, those were cool when McDonald's had toys. Now they have like where you get something in there and it's not a toy. It's something to put in your computer or something.
Oh, is that
or
right?
they give things in their Happy Meals now where you scan it. Oh, where the kid scans it with their phone and it's a game they play.
Oh, is that right?
Just like Cracker Jack. Yeah, they have the prizes in there where the kids scan with their phone and they have a game.
So I heard like they stopped doing the toys as a way to like fight like childhood obesity, you know.
What the hell? What childhood obesity? Is that something that we want?
No.
We want to fight childhood obesity.
I mean, when I was watching Maury growing up, it made it seem like it was an issue, but I don't know anymore, you know.
Back then, children had, you know, they had careers with that. I mean,
like yeah,
they could go on the Maury Povich show. I mean, there's a place for that.
The 400-pound toddler, you know.
Chris Farley, for example, he had a great career. Well, unless that killed him. I don't think that. I mean, why would he make it so long? That's what killed him. Was the being overweight.
Yeah, no, it was the drugs that got to the Farley.
Yeah, because they didn't actually say it was obesity, did they?
No,
No, it was drug. It was OD.
We don't even know if he was obese. We just know he was overweight.
Yeah, like I love Farley. Farley's still like
definitely didn't help, but no, he died of a drug overdose.
Yeah, okay.
And died alone.
See, you know, he should have had. Wow. Wait, we said drugs, and he was alone. Like, do you think maybe the person doing drugs with him maybe took off, or he really was alone?
they So Chris Farley is one of my like favorite
No, he's a good dude,
comedic
yeah,
actors, and I read his
Yeah, I
like
like
documentary that his brother wrote. He for sure had the person who was with him take off. It was
Okay.
and it's like I don't want to kill the mood.
No, we're yes. What you talking about,
We
man?
already killed the entertainer. Don't want to kill the moon.
Yeah. No,
So-
we're
So when he was
what is that? Killed Tony, right? That's
Kill Tony?
That's a comedy thing.
yeah
So yeah, when Tony was killed, he got let's go for it.
so with Farley, like as he was like doing drugs with a prostitute that he got for the night, right?
Oh, she had to.
And like as he
Yeah.
was ODing on the floor, his last words were to her, and they were "Don't leave me." And then and then she took a picture of him
Right.
ODing, and then she left.
she took a picture of him ODing and left. Dang, but they know he's a prostitute, so they these days a sex worker, so they know who she was. She took a picture and all that, right?
Yeah.
This is-
I can't remember all the ins and outs of it, but I do know for a fact that's what happened. Yeah.
So we could say prostitute because she wasn't a good person. If she is a good person, it's sex worker. So how do they know? She took a picture and left. They know like
That happened. Well, the
who-
picture.
the type of person it was, and all that. They tracked her down. I mean, they must have had to track her down to know that she didn't have anything to do with like, homicide or anything.
Yeah, I mean they corroborate her story.
Corroborate. So they talked to her.
Yeah, because that
Okay.
picture is. I've seen that picture. Like it's fucked up. Like it's on the internet.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
good.
But
I like the guy. So
yeah, I love him. You know, like I think he
Good.
was. Sorry,
talk
go
about
ahead.
it. We don't need to see like the pictures of him dying. Yeah,
No, I mean, yeah, I don't know why I googled it, but I did. But
people get off on that stuff.
what's that?
People get off on stuff like that.
They do, yeah. It gets you that weird curiosity. Like, all right, let's look
I
at it.
think
You know.
one of the first people that they got that kind of morbid curiosity was when James Dean died. They actually put his car accident on the front page of like newspapers, and that was back in the '60s. That
Like
was
him crashing.
his car totaled, and you could see like
The
I think you
passenger,
could
right?
see like I think you could see like his profile or
Oh,
something.
man.
You could tell it was him.
I think
And
I
it
can't
was
say
his
I
car
wouldn't.
mangled,
I can't say
basically.
I wouldn't watch
like the
it.
passenger is still on the ground waiting for the ambulance to show
Is
up.
that
or
what's
something.
happening? Yeah.
I believe so.
You've
Yeah,
seen this.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
I remember that.
I wouldn't
being
watch that
mentioned
far
in some
into it, yeah.
documentary about that was kind of like the one that really kind of like got it.
That's weird
Because-
though,
yeah.
because at the same time I'm like I would probably watch that. I wouldn't watch it to the extent. I don't want to see him on the ground, but he's a legend. Well, I guess at the same time he's a legend. I never really got to see that much of, so I would,
Yeah, because I was back in
Isn't that
like
kinda weird?
1950s, right?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
say it happened in like the early '60s.
I think one of those that was one of the situations where like the media got a hold of it way before his family did.
Right.
Yeah.
like I didn't get to grow up with him, so I'd probably want to watch it, sort of thing. I guess kind
Think
of
he-
weird in a way.
I think he only really had like maybe 3 or 4 like solid, like I'm not solid, but like actual like acting credentials. Like
He
there's
probably
Without
still
a
look good
Cause.
too. Like I wouldn't want to see Elvis's last days. I want to see him when he looked really good.
Yeah.
Like if he got in an accident in his last days, we all know he wasn't looking good in his last days.
Well, his last hours about.
Is that all they took? Was his? No, I mean he was.
Well, no, I meant like where he died. He died on.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see. Yeah, I'm
The
just
king
thinking.
died on the throne. That's the joke.
You know what? Gosh darn it! I think I probably sent an artwork pictures that someone drew with his last days on the toilet, and it actually didn't look that bad. I mean, I'd go to someone like this funeral, and I'd be like, "Wow, what a legend," and they look really good. Because like the funeral people, they know how to make someone look good. So, but I wouldn't want to see their bad times. I feel like I want to know the great times of the people I looked up to.
Remember them in their glory versus their demise.
Yeah, so like people out there, when I start going downhill, don't look at me. Just stop looking at me. Just if you, for the few people that still like me around the end, and Paul won't be around.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
No, we might die together. We might die
We might
together.
die together.
That makes it
Murder,
better.
suicide, we can only hope,
Well,
right?
if what
Like real lovers do. I'm
if
sorry.
my dreams are really true that the world is gonna end in 5 years, then we'll probably die together.
I'll be in Iceland. I'll be thinking of you.
So I wouldn't actually see, but I would know we died together. You know, yeah, for if that doesn't work out, I'm still around for the few people that still like me. Or I guess for the people that like me. Well, if you think you do, when I start going downhill, don't look at pictures of me. Just look at old stuff, and then just remember when I die, and just show up to the funeral. Because I'll probably look good. I'll be in ashes because I want to be cremated. So.
Well, and I hope it's not in a skiing accident, because that's gonna really just confuse us all. You're like, when I start to go downhill, then I'm like,
Literal sense.
we will stop watching you when you
Good
start
joke,
to go
right.
downhill. Okay, sorry.
But that's
Bad skiing collision accident joke. All right.
wait. Did this really happen?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't have my crystal ball out. I'm not telling you that's the way you're going.
Stay
But
away
I-
from
Just
skiing,
stay
man.
away from skis and downward slopes.
I do like how I was expecting a downhill joke. I'm like, all right, but then it went uphill because that's one of those jokes he kept us listening until they're like, oh wait, that's good.
Actually, that joke can be used in a lot of different forms. It could be like, when this podcast starts to go downhill, or when you're on stage, you can say when my set starts to go downhill, like right now, kind of thing. It's like, when I start to go downhill, which I'm doing currently.
It's pretty funny if people started throwing skis at people when they start sucking on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this about? You're going downhill.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would die a legend because that's how Sonny Bono died, right?
There's a lot of people that have done it that way. There was that. There was Sonny Bono. There was the guy from Taken's wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then
That's
what's
right.
her name?
The
Just
guy
was
from
in,
Taken.
what's her name? Just got sued. Was in court like months ago. Gwyneth Paltrow,
Hmm.
because she hit somebody on skis.
Was that
She actually looks horrible without makeup.
how?
He ran into her.
Because I was watching the court things. Well, he ran. Oh no, she was being sued because he ran. Yeah, she got bumped or something. She won though because it was a silly thing. The court case was silly.
Should have known his last name was Paparazzi, so you figured.
Pretty much.
Dead giveaway, right? Was that how Bob Saget died? Was it the head trauma from skiing?
I don't know if it was from skiing. He just apparently he just went to sleep in his hotel room after a show.
Because I remember it was because he bonked his head.
Yeah, and that was only reported because I think someone in his family said that he called that night and he said something about back in his head.
Well, what really happened was he the bedpost in the
What's that? Is that what
in
he
the
hit?
hotel room. He was just
Yeah, that's what it was.
yeah.
I
And the drugs because he was shaking and then his head hit the bedpost. Why you guys act like those? Wow, you guys. See, no one ever believes me on a daily basis. I do have some power while I sit. See, I'm not even sitting in front of the mic, and I still have power. That wasn't true. But
I was gonna say, wait, there's no drugs involved in Saget's that I know.
Wow, it's amazing how much power I have in
These are not the
podcasts.
droids you're looking for.
Wow.
Whatever happened to predictability?
No one ever believes me outside of this studio. But he also no, we could have killed him. He was also could have been on my show. Could have been on my show. So I mean, I could have helped him out.
That's what did him in.
I did hit him up, and his manager said that no, the pass.
I think you got Uncle Joey. I think he's not working, but
he couldn't even ask. Like, I don't think he really even asked him himself. So don't trust a blue check mark on social media's page. I think people can buy them now, right?
yeah, get that and Twitter.
So, this is. Oh, have you done that?
No,
You've never paid for it?
no. It's just like, dude.
I've paid to been like before, but it was before social media.
Oh, yeah, I thought that. Oh, you were taking it there. Yeah, I was like, wait, I thought, okay. You was yeah.
That's old school, paying for your likes. It
Oh,
was a
you are
thumbs up
still
too,
talking about
but
likes.
It's a whole
Okay.
different thing.
You were taking, okay.
It was a
I was like,
thumbs
wait.
up. It was a blue thumbs up. and then-
Thumbs up.
Yeah. That, no one's ever used that.
Thank you. I'm working on it.
Made you
This is
verify.
This is a work in
I
progress.
know no one's ever
I
used
just
that.
copyrighted that joke right here.
But
Yeah.
I want someone to use that.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
Got you verified, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I want someone to steal your joke, Paul. That's what I want. I want someone to steal.
If
your
you don't
newest
do
joke.
it,
I'll do it.
okay, because
I'm not afraid to do jokes, although I was kind of afraid to do one last night
wait, what happened last?
because I'm a middle-aged white guy that was ready to do an observation based on the comic that went up before me, and I always watch the comedians up before me because I'll sometimes take one of their concepts and beat it down my own way, and then they'll go, "Oh wait, did you have that before you walked up?" "No, I just watched you."
Wow.
And did it how I would have done it. And so I saw somebody go up before me, and I'm like, hey, I know what I want to say based on what they just said. And then somebody else walked in the room, and I said, I'm not going to do it. And I chickened out, which I rarely do. I really rarely do, because usually, especially if I catch myself chickening out, I'll be like, wait, why? And it was for a good reason. Middle-aged white guy doing a racist joke.
Oh, okay,
And so,
good.
So it was a good reason not to do the joke.
Okay. I thought
And
you.
I didn't have any alcohol in me or anything like that, so it wasn't like.
I was hoping you were talking about something racist. Gosh, or else I'd be like, what?
What does
What
that
can
have
you-
to do with anything we were saying?
I was like, man, yeah, come on, if it's not racist, what the heck?
It's not worth saying on stage.
Do you feel like someone should maybe end their careers doing a Kramer sort of thing? I'm not saying say something racist. I'm saying how
People get canceled every day.
how people feel about what he said, how bad they took. You think how he was saying people get canceled every day. You think maybe people should, when they want to end their career, do it that way when they want to?
If they want to go out, you want them to go with a bang.
No, I'm saying you think they should want to.
No, I feel like go out like my hero Farley did, you know?
The way he wanted,
The way he want. You think he wanted that out?
on his own terms.
No, I'm just like I don't think anyone really wants to end their career, you know?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like who?
I mean, I like the the benefits are cool. It's just actually, I haven't really figured out any passions. It's well, I know passions. They just don't seem to compute, and puzzle pieces don't get together very well. I feel like there's voices in my head
Yeah.
that stop my passions. And then I realize they're real voices, they might not even be there at the moment. They're just voices I've heard minutes earlier, still in my head. Yeah. Oh, that's what you meant, like my career at the moment, right?
I need to look at the captions and go back and read.
I think we're talking about. Like,
I'm not.
If anyone wanted to end their career, like, do you want to end your career? Are you not like finding like
Me.
passion? Or,
yeah, you were
like,
talking about me. I mean, I'm not. Maybe what's weird? Like maybe if I was a TV show, like how Nico Santos, comedian guy. I guess he's famous now because I don't really feel like he's that famous, but he's like because Guardians of the Galaxy and all that. He's like his shows out here. I looked and you know what? Maybe I should go see my whole buddy. And then I'm like, dang, he's charging this much for his shows now. Holy crap! That's what I mean. Man, probably super. You know, he went to super stardom all of a sudden. He used to have my job. He did that show Superstore, and that is my job. Working in a store.
Oh yeah, what store?
You know, it's a supermarket. Yeah, and so I stand there all day, and I realize
I work at Trader Joe's. It's all good.
oh, Trader Joe's. Okay, so you know, so
Standing around all day. Yeah.
you gotta move around more at Trader Joe's, though, right? I just feel like you know, maybe if we were on TV, it'd be different. Instead, well, I guess we are. There's the cameras above, and the loss prevention is always watching the workers. So I guess we are on TV. Maybe I should take it that way.
Just do like some Jim from The Office looks into the camera, you know?
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, we've had people flip off the camera. They never say anything. But you know, coworkers. I don't know. It's just when I'm getting in there, I get, oh my gosh, I gotta go in there. The coworkers, oh my gosh, a-holes, you know, and then you know those are cool. And then customers, you know, because I mean, it's not even that the customers all that bad. If so, there wouldn't be too many. There's just those certain ones that break the mold. It's mostly just knowing, just back to back customers. You know, it's mostly that, just back to back. You know, it's, that builds up the anxiety. It's like, hi. You know, it's like, you know, like all day. You know, it's you know, it's just constantly. Yeah, I guess just the constant flow. Just and it not really being your passion, just stay there and do that kind of just like it's overwhelming. No, I mean, yeah, and then the coworkers, yeah, you probably have happier coworkers. I seen in the Trader Joe's, they're happy, right? At least you got that.
I mean, it's at a point where it's like they drive me up the wall. Like, you know, that stereotypical Trader Joe's worker. Like, a lot of us are faking it, but some of us
oh my gosh, your workers fake it. Great.
But some of us are legit that way, you know, like excited to hear about your day, what you're going on, and that's draining, you know.
You know what? I don't have coworkers that fake it, so I respect the realness. It's just you know, it's just they also turn on each other, which I'm like, dang it. You know, it's like, and that's the part. I deal with the coworkers and the customers, which the coworkers are happy, like hey, how's it going? Yeah, you know, hey, they ask you how your day was, right? They care about your day. Oh my gosh. See, that's why, you know, in a way, I'm like, things end. I might go to trade, not my life. I mean, if the job is like, maybe Trader Joe's. But it was weird when I was applying for Trader Joe's. I was actually thought I was a comedian.
Oh really?
Or maybe I was ending that route, but I was like still kind of more in that realm. And then during the interview, I said, "So yeah, I hit a little bit of stage time." And, oh yeah, who do you? Yeah, I know a lot of comedians around. And I started mentioning names, and then that's when I think it went down. He was like, well, yeah, okay. Well, let's wrap. We're gonna be wrapping up things here. It was nice talking to you. Yeah, we might give you a call if anything's open. Kinda now hiring something. Yeah, I had my Hawaiian shirt on. Yeah, but it was then. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, look, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
It was a while ago, so just might just mention maybe I'll just mention I love your cookies. Maybe I'll just mention Trader Joe's products.
Most definitely, yeah. Yeah, just start pitching that, you know.
Does it help the I have seen a lot of Trader Joe's embrace the cannabis. Is it? I mean, but I was thinking during an interview, is it best to say, "Ah, man, I don't do any of that stuff," because you're working on food.
I don't think it matters. No, they let us drink wine on the clock, like for product knowledge. Like
Wow,
we'll go in the back and we'll try like 6 different bottles of wine together,
wow.
and that's sometimes where the friendliness comes from.
Underage drinking, I love it.
I mean, we're all of age.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you hired people that were younger.
Yeah, we just hire minors to come in and drink wine. That's their only job
Okay.
there.
21 to work at the Trader Joe's. Okay, that well, it also explains one of the workers. He's so chill, but he does look like he's a little buzzed. But see, if you enjoy your job, you could be buzzed, and work still goes well. That's why if you don't and it's totally boring, I could understand certain workers. That just like, is this guy okay? Because it's like, if you're not feeling the vibe, you're not gonna look okay on the job.
Yeah, I get that.
Especially if you're on something.
Like I mean, this is recorded, so I can't ever say what I'm on when I'm at work. But
So this is recorded, but no one's saying it's a fact, whatever we're talking about.
so hypothetically, I could be on shrooms stocking the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Totally.
Okay.
You totally could. You wouldn't.
Yeah, most definitely.
And you're a
But
comedian.
you totally could.
You're a
Yeah.
comedian. So no one, for one thing, people aren't going to believe what you're saying. And number two, this could be a joke about eating mushrooms from the produce department.
Almost definitely, they got like shiitake and all those other
Yeah.
like super variety ones.
I think you're doing a lot of shit talking.
Oh, see? Yeah, another comedian.
Hey-o.
Hey,
Um,
hey.
Yeah, so have you heard the Hassan Minaj guy?
I know he's a Bay Area comic who's recently gotten in trouble for like playing up his bits, his stories. Yeah.
What's the problem? He's a comedian, right? Like, maybe you believe the guy, maybe you don't when you go to a show. I think it would be dumber if, I mean, I wouldn't like him if I knew him personally and he's telling me this stuff. And maybe if he's, I don't know, in interviews saying this stuff, but he's on stage. Does it matter what he's saying? I mean, if you're on stage going to a show, who cares if he's lying, right? As long as it's entertaining, right? What's your take on that? No one's answered that one.
I mean, I really I get where some people are coming from. Like, oh, the story is not 100% factual. But like when it's in comedy sense like that, it's not like he's actually collecting any sort of benefits or anything like that. He's just telling a story on stage. Like for me, when I do my sets and my material, there are some segments and parts I've definitely stretched the truth on. Like it's not to the extent where it's oh, my family's threatened with anthrax, but
There's some creative license.
Yeah. And I don't I can't personally say whether or not he definitely went over the line with that creative license, that's not for me to judge.
I haven't even read about it. I'll have to read about it before I have it.
I've never even heard about the guy before this. So.
Yeah, I heard
Really?
from
Yeah. Even if I met him, I never heard of him. You say he's Bay Area.
Yeah, I want to say he originated from this area. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's from Fremont.
See, might have met him, not even heard about him.
But I mean, to an extent, when you do stretch the truth like that, I can see why certain audience members were upset, But to campaign against canceling him altogether, that's kind of outrageous. They don't want him to have a career.
You think maybe his jokes weren't funny? Because I will judge someone when their jokes aren't funny. I mean, if it's not an open mic, I will judge you if your jokes aren't funny. So maybe it just wasn't funny, and they were all judging him.
There are probably a lot of people who just don't like him just because, who are campaigning for this. To the fact where they don't even care that it's not true. They just don't like him. They want a reason to cancel somebody.
So Hassan Minaj, royalty. He's related to that Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
It would be perfect if you come on my show, because I don't really like your sister, because her husband. So guilty by association. Come on my show and talk about it. about your situation. I got you. You know, I don't believe most comedians, so I will let you come here and talk about it. The truth, that is. I mean, no lying in the podcast, right? You can't lie when you're on a podcast. That's not cool. Yeah. So we're supposed to play some music right now. I don't know. Yeah, I think this. Which one is this?
That's a great question. We're on video number 2.
All right, video number 2. Jay Morgan.
Every step that you take has an echo. Remember that when the devil come get you. Remember that when the gods come bless you. Everything has an echo. Every step that you take has an echo. Remember that when the devil come get you. Remember that when the gods come bless you. Everything has an echo. Every step that you take has an echo. Remember that when the devil come get you. Remember that when the gods come bless you. Everything has an echo. Driving them crazy, try to live right. Following stars, I never think twice. Without them, I'm better than that. The old me is left in the past. I believe that it comes full circle. The past will curse you, come back and hurt you. Beware as you cut in corners. Might move forward, but demons haunt us. When you think you've dodged defeat, could be the time you get knocked off your feet. Life ain't cheap, that's why I can't sleep. Try to chase that high and somehow feel alive. I chose life through a pencil. Every step that you take has an echo. Energy is continuous. What you delivering is the influence. And the innocent lives in oblivious. The irresponsible is getting hella rich. Still I took a plan and developed it. I could reach a crowd, hear it echoing. Blessed with this gift that keeps giving. I'm articulate with this message. The time's ticking down, I'm not stressing. Learn to use the world's greatest weapon. Once you question the things you accepted, maybe we change the problems neglected. Don't mention it, then you guilty. Listen closely, you will feel me. Every step that you take has an echo. Remember that when the devil come get you. Remember that when the gods come bless you. Everything has an echo. Every step that you take has an echo. Remember that when the devil come get you. Remember that when the gods come bless you. Everything has an echo. Measured in time, we don't get much. Some live on through the people they touched. I stress it's a must we realize the impact that we have in our short life. More times than not, I felt what's true. Rather fail myself than fail with you. No resigning to the highway. Jump in this game, I'ma do this thing my way. I'm focused, they looking sideways. Pay no attention to the irate mind frame of some who don't have what it takes. Long night, early morning, no breaks. I hear the plot, but it's all talk. Tall walls, I know you hear the sound bounce off. At all costs, I'ma beat my opponent. Treat every bump in the road like an omen. Battle myself like everyone else. What we sow was grown ourselves. The path we chose led us to fate. Sober on life, but high off pain. Could be the last of days. The human race trapped in a maze. Who pulls the strings? Can we make a change? I'm just one voice, do I have a say? I'm just one voice, do I have a say? I'm just one voice, do I have a say? Just one voice, do I have a say? I'm just one voice, do I have a say? Every step that you take has an echo. Has an echo. Has an echo. Every step that you take has an echo. Has an echo. Has an echo. Every step that you take has an echo. Remember that when the devil come get you. Remember that when the gods come bless you. Everything has an echo. Every step that you take has an echo. Remember that when the devil come get you. Remember that when the gods come bless you. Everything has an echo. Everything has an echo. Everything has an echo.
We gotta give credit where their credits are due.
Props. No one ever does that.
That was 4 real cinematic productions.
So, Paulie, what's it like being a single parent?
I talk about it a little bit on stage. You know, it is definitely like a challenge. I do feel like as a single dad, I have it a little bit easier. Just like me, like being there is like enough for some people. Like the bar is set really low. Like his mom, like I have like we have our issues. Like we're trying to get along and like co-parenting everything.
That's not going well though, huh?
No, it is, yeah. And then like I'll even admit like she does way more than I do. You know,
drugs.
But,
Right?
Oh God.
What a nice little punchline.
Yeah, a little punchline for the courts right there, you know. Like, but no, like
yeah, because I just said you should tell the truth on this podcast. But then again, that's just me saying it, you know.
Yeah. No, she's cool. She does take really good care of him. But like me as a dad, like all I gotta do is like show up every now and then, you know, fucking pay the bill, you know, child support and whatnot, and that's enough. Where people are like, oh, he's such a great dad. It's like really like I feel like I do try to go above and beyond, but like in the end, it's like it's like the bare minimum, you know, just being there.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't really understand people that have kids and really just don't give a shit. I mean, I talk about my dad all the time. You know what's weird? I don't. Like I say, he just doesn't give a shit because he just left when I was 1. That's how I you know, that's how I could say, you know, that part. But like, so you could often just they could not even leave, and your parents could just make you feel like they don't care. They could still be around and make you feel like they don't care. Or even in limbo, he can just mess with your head like, oh, yeah, wow, they did that. Wow, they hate me now. Oh, that was nice. What's going on? They hate me? What the hell? I'm just confused. Yeah, so you try to make your kid feel the love.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I usually have them like, you know, somewhere between like Thursday night, Friday morning to Sunday afternoon, right? I have my work schedule at Trader Joe's scheduled around that. I won't double book comedy shows because like it's like, you know, when you get booked, you're gonna do like a weekend night, right? So like I won't do Friday and Saturday. Like I'll do either or, just so that way like we have like one night uninterrupted together.
Yeah, cause it's weird. It's like it's like they can. No, I don't know what it is with actually with the dads and the kids. What do you feel like? Because I feel like with the moms. Wait, oh yeah. So how about your parents? What were your parents like?
My parents are cool. Really, like I feel like my mom is like the main head honcho, you know. My dad definitely is like a hard worker, very sensitive guy, empathetic, where I kind of get that from. But they've been together 40 something, close to 40 years now. So, and they're still together and, you know, making it work.
If you feel like, I mean, you hurt or betrayed or anything from them, if they were to say it, I realize with the mom, it's like, it is a weird, like, umbilical cord thing. It freaking, like, affect you in a way. You're like, that might not, even if you're like, what is this about? That I don't get it. But also, why is it getting to me?
Yeah,
you know, like what?
Yeah, like I feel like sons definitely have more of a relationship with their moms early on, and then vice versa, like daughters with their dads. You know,
no matter what, yeah, it kind of it affects you.
Yeah,
you feel like you know, if they have a complaint against you, it does affect you, no matter what. Have you and your mom had a perfect relationship?
I wouldn't say like anyone's relationship with their parents are perfect, you know, but we've had it good enough, you know. Like it didn't take me until like my mid-20s to like really realize like what parent I was like the most. Like growing up, I was like, oh, I don't identify with either of them, and then like during like my early to mid-20s, like, oh, I'm fucking exactly like my mom.
yeah. So it's like I guess how twins feel. He had those feelings still, but this is that person that gave birth to you.
Yeah.
So you just naturally, even if you're like, I gotta get away from it, even if it goes downhill like that, it's like you feel. It's weird how if that person feels hurt by you, no matter what, you kind of just feel like crushed in a way. Yeah, that's a weird emotion, man.
No, it most definitely is. Like I've noticed that, like for me personally, I'm like way too empathetic and sympathetic as like as most men are, you know, like to a point where like I told one girl, I was like, yeah, I was like raised by women. She looked at me, she's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like,
and why'd she make that a diss? Wow.
I even like asked her about it later on. I was like, you know, I turned that into a bit on stage. And she's like, why'd you do that? You know, like I didn't mean it that way. But
actually, then it sounded like she kind of liked it. Isn't it weird? If we embrace things, people like it.
I have like learned to embrace it, and I feel like that does kind of like what sets like my material apart from like other people. Like I had one guy the other day. He told me like you're lucky you have that like single dad stuff to talk about. And I was like, really? Like I had like this like long term like 10-year plus relationship and we had a kid together. But I'm lucky I got like 3 minutes out of it. You know?
It would be hilarious if my dad was doing comedy, going around Utah, telling single dad jokes. That would be even more hilarious, right? Like
she's not around or
never shows me those clips, you know.
Is that where you're from, Utah?
No.
You're from out here?
Yeah.
But he's from Utah?
Well, yeah, you got to move so you don't have to pay that, what, a monthly fee or something? How do you pay monthly?
We never actually went through the courts. Like, once we split up, like, I knew it was going to come to that. So, like, I figure, like, I basically just give her a third of my paycheck. And I do it on Venmo.
I do feel like it's weird. Like, I say, like, I met my dad. He seems like a well-together guy.
Uh-huh.
You know, I just want him to be crazy so I could understand a little more. Like, great. Makes sense now. You know?
Well, you know, the craziest people are the ones who are able to, like, hold it together in those, like, immediate little conversations, you know? Like, look at, like, fucking, what's the guy from American Psycho, Patrick Bateman, you know? He was most cool when he was, like, shaking your hand and talking to you about, like, everyday shit.
This is great for the courtrooms. If you see someone, they look crazy in the courtroom, they know what they're doing. You know. And I just, it's weird. Like I've been told a lot. I play games with people. You must have a lot of people not believe you because you're in the comedy world too. Huh?
I actually, yeah, I've been pretty lucky where like I have like the type of personality where like people kind of like, you know, believe me up front. Mostly because I'm like way too honest to begin with. But like, what do you mean by like playing games? Like they feel like you're like trying to trick them or something, or
yeah,
like get them to say something they shouldn't.
Yeah,
or
and honestly, I really just I could be both ways. I know this about a lot of things, but I think it's also because I just I feel like my whole life has been very confusing. So I may say something that'll make you think I'm not being real, but that's really how I feel. I feel like I don't even know how to play games, really, because it's just my whole life's been kind of confusing. So instead of even knowing how to play games, I do say what I'm feeling at the moment. So I'm being honest and real. I think. What's your definition of realness?
I mean, really just like it's kind of hard because you know you could say something, but like the way it comes out, because you might be a little bit nervous or like might be thinking, oh, maybe they won't believe me. It comes out misconstrued, but really it's just like saying exactly how you feel.
Yeah, saying how you feel.
Yeah.
So I do feel like I keep it completely real all the time.
But do you feel like you were saying that maybe like how I like explained it a little bit, like maybe there's like a little bit of like, you know, like, oh, they won't believe me, or you're kind of like trying to say it a certain way thinking maybe they won't believe me and they're going to take it this way, and because you deliver it that way it kind of comes out misconstrued? I
think mostly I wouldn't say something that if I didn't feel like someone would believe me, maybe that's something I wouldn't say at all.
Yeah.
But sometimes I could even be just commenting on a post or something, and then you know, I'm not even thinking, well, it's being taken there. Okay. Or I think that's even how I can be in real life at times. I think that's how I'm even saying in real life sometimes. I'm like, this is what I'm thinking at the time. Or not even, I'm just responding to something. Not even expecting it to go somewhere, you know? And people just keep taking it to another level. You know, I feel like I could relate to maybe why people kind of just keep their life online sometimes. You ever thought you ever related to people that just go, you know what? I want to be just an influencer or go viral because I don't want to be involved in anyone else anymore.
Like, I've definitely thought about that, but like the type of person I am is like I can't like have that kind of like disingenuity to me, you know. Even when I go on stage, like there'll be certain times where like maybe I'll play up my personality or a bit a certain way, but when it comes down to it, is like I can't, like I'll find myself like becoming like depressed or like acting out a certain way because like I'm either being someone I don't want to be or not truly am, you know. Yeah. And then I don't know, like you can definitely feel with like those like influencers that there's like not real like ingenuity behind them, you know, especially in like long-term interviews and stuff like that.
They probably embrace it too much. They probably or maybe they were that type that I don't want to deal with anybody, and then like you said, they can seem fake. That's what could probably happen when you just embrace that world too much. So they're mostly, they probably think they're real, but their entire life is just like, I'm an influencer, and they probably don't even really have real conversations with people.
No, most definitely, yeah, and that's why I think like the idea of podcasts is like so great, because this is like, you know, like a very long interview as opposed to something on like maybe like Good Morning America or the Today Show or something where it's like, you know, like a 5-minute interview where you can just like really bullshit, you know.
See,
like
this
people,
is a great podcast.
Yeah, like people can actually like be honest in these settings, and you can actually see through like bullshit as it like progresses, you know. Like it's hard to keep it up and act like that unless you're in like a little 5-minute segment, and it's super easy, you know, to pretend you're somebody you're not.
Well, okay. So from that, I got keep doing the podcast, and then becoming that's my next endeavor. Become an influencer. I'm gonna be sponsored by Apothic Wines and Hazy IPA. Just look right there. He's loving it. I just de-supported the other person. Yeah, man. A lot of things in life are just you know, like what's done is done. That's how I feel like in life. What's done is done. You can't go to the past.
Yeah.
And even the past could be even yesterday, the day before. It's the past. What's done is done. I feel like so much obsession over that.
That's one thing I'm guilty of. I live way too far in the past. Yeah. Just like reliving. Like,
well, we're not talking about like Mr. Ed because we were talking about before.
Oh yeah, like way before I was even born, just like a different generation. Yeah. Like no. Just like, you know, my own past, like, you know, reliving like past mistakes and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know,
like bringing it to the present.
I'm not the brightest person, man. So it's like, of course, I don't want to live in the past because I know I don't even want to think about what was said because say a lot of dumb things.
Right there with you.
Saying, yeah, that's a good thing about having stage time, probably, because at least you got that outlet. And,
yeah, like
just like it's just a comedian.
Yeah, I mean, it was like hard at first, you know, like really like feeling stage time because you could go up there and like give it your all and still eat a dick, you know, and then take that with you.
Well, I mean, no, that's what you do, not you.
I mean, I have.
But I mean, oh, you have. Okay.
Yeah, I ate a dick like 3 times last week, man. Like it's just what happens.
See, that was the title actually. This is Paulie Escobedo, a fan of no comic.
Bombs a lot. No.
Fans of many men. And by that I mean many men. So they're those guys are tuning in and they're like, well, one time, in order to give them stage time. So it's like doing that, you get fan for a fan.
There you go. I mean, like
you get stage time, and they're like, well, wow, I did that, so I'm gonna follow this guy.
Like one thing I've noticed about like there are comics who like agree with me, and there are other comics a lot who don't. Like they really do frown upon like anytime they like eat a dick or bomb on stage. You know, like they just like completely block it out. But I think like I own it. Like I think I do like try my best to like learn from it and like figure out where I went wrong there. But I also do try to find the humor in it. You know.
Yeah.
Do you ever lean into it in the moment?
I haven't figured out the best way to do that. Like I've seen other comics like shit on the audience and stuff like that, and I really don't want to be like that.
No, that's not the right way. But I meant like almost just you're gonna eat a dick, using your term. So you're gonna eat a dick or eat shit on stage. Is there at some point, if it's a 5-minute set and you're like, minute 1, they're not having the jokes about whatever I'm doing, so I'm gonna change up. I'm gonna start doing jokes about a totally opposite thing. They're not doing that. So now I'm in minute 3. I'm still eating shit. Do you just keep trying different approaches until you hopefully get them to crack, or do you finally just go, fuck it, I'm gonna lean into this turn and eat it?
So there's different scenarios. Like usually when I start my set, like I'll like talk about like who I am. You know, I'll make fun of myself a little bit. If that doesn't win them over, you know, I'll talk about being like a single dad was like raising a kid, and usually that will like get the audience on my side. One time it didn't, so like okay, I'm gonna start talking about a little bit about like dating as a single dad. The audience still wasn't having it, and I was like, okay, they're not gonna like anything I do, so like I kind of just like went full heel and just started using the raunchiest, dirtiest shit I had. And then like the old lady with like a gray eye, like a old dog, was just like deadpan staring at me in the front. But like I was like, if I'm gonna go down, at least it'll be on my own.
Yeah,
terms,
so that's leaning into it.
Yeah,
that's going okay. Can't get much further, really. Let's try.
Yeah.
And so you try to see what bottom is, and sometimes that.
Well, you're the top
at least
of the
for
bottom.
me. At least for me, when you decide to do that after failing after so many minutes on stage, it can be liberating.
Yeah.
And you can learn some stuff about yourself that sometimes your dig outs are better than sometimes written material. So like stuff will come out of you that you probably didn't expect to come out. It was survival.
Like shit. Yeah.
Well, like it being in school. So a lot of us comedians knew they were going to be comics in school because they used humor as a coping skill in one way or another, either because they were picked on, or they could insult people better than others, or sometimes that's where their talent came out of, is adversity. And sometimes you can learn the most about yourself, especially doing comedy for X amount of years and not eating shit so much, and then just kind of letting go and go, what can happen? These are only people. They're not going to mob me or kill me after my set unless you say something hateful or spiteful. You know, again, don't turn on the audience, but you can turn on yourself and go, okay, let's see how much I can really take.
Well, maybe that isn't the way. Yeah, because.
Oh, no, you'll get your butt.
Well, because.
If you're in the wrong bar and you say the wrong thing.
Oh, you know what? Actually, you're right. You know, the only times I've had people want to kill me when I've been on stage were other comics. So I guess he is right there.
That's kind of worse because then you gotta see those people around.
Yeah, and it's good for other comedy because I mean, for a little bit, because you could say, "Oh, they're here again," but you know, then it does get old after all, and they keep wanting to kill you. You know, kill you or jerk you off. It's so rude. It's like
it's a thin line.
Yeah, they will. Whatever you want to do. Oh, yeah, I want to kill you. Want to stab you. I was like, geez. All right, you gave me my options. I thought you were going to say jerk me off. You know, you said jerk me off or stab me. I thought I was trying to be nice.
Here's our disclaimer. Nobody was jerked off or stabbed during this podcast.
It was an uneventful
podcast. To be fair, he has to say that because both the other guys in the room, the desk is over their pants and they've had their hands. Well, yeah, he just pulled it out now. They've had both.
And I've had a gummy cluster in my mouth, and we're talking about the candy.
Yeah. Well, also he's had his hand under the desk most of the time. So yeah. See, and now all over the place. Yeah, it reminds me of my old bowling league.
Like earlier, we were talking about Gallagher explosions. You know, boom, gotta have the plastic tarp in front.
First 3 rows, plastic up.
Another example of a show we can start if no one in life likes me anymore. You know why I say that expecting people like me? So I must be liked by somebody if I say that. Like people who say that usually just want to they want to pull out the attention. So I'm saying that realizing, dang it, I'm saying that realizing someone must like me.
So you've mentioned a few things that really tell me that you have missed your calling, that you should be a stand-up comedian. It's the voices in your head. People want to kill you. All these things, and depression. Yeah. Oh yeah, man, you're doing well.
Yeah, you've also been holding
that on all three cylinders. Though,
yeah,
man.
You've been holding that wine bottle like a microphone too, man.
I've been in a straitjacket. Let's just say it now, since
got the grippy socks.
Paul knows a lot of people that were in mental.
You've had grippy socks, yeah.
You know a lot of people that have been in mental institutions, right?
And those are good to keep after your visit.
Like
they go knee high, they're warm.
Like who? No, well, you could just say like, yeah. I don't know about institute. It's been since I was when I was growing up. Yeah, I've been in I had a little straight jacket. But you know what? You know how you know you're not really crazy? Once they get you in that straight jacket, you're not bite these things off. And so you're like, oh no, this happened. Come on. Yeah, you really had to wait. And okay, maybe I'm crazy. Because as I was going, you know you're not crazy. I'm realizing now I'm acting like I'm talking to myself. Okay, there's different levels of craziness.
No, most definitely, man. I've been diagnosed. I got ADHD. I got clinical depression. You know, like it's my level of crazy.
No STDs.
Not since I went to the clinic a couple of years ago, but could be. What's the word when you're a carrier but you don't get symptoms?
I mean, because I don't think herpes really count.
No, everyone's got that. It's a freebie on the fucking STD.
I'm glad I said that.
Bingo, you know.
Glad I said that because you know
that
no
like
one
HPV.
Says that part enough. Yeah. So. Yeah, I just came back from the Vegas. You've done that.
Oh, that's right. That was pretty. What did you end up doing in Vegas?
I went for a wedding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, and again, that's parts where I feel I consider not keeping it real. What do you think? You married? You said you had you have a kid.
I have a kid. We weren't married, but we were together 10 years.
All right, yeah. That one right there was for the judgmental people.
Yeah, so it basically was like a marriage.
Judge.
You know? I even do a bit on it on stage. Like, I almost wish we were married because it sounds better than me just being like, oh, I got a baby mama. You know, like, oh, I'm divorced. It like tricks people into thinking I had my shit together at one point. But like, you know, me just saying, oh, I got a baby mama. It makes me sound ghetto.
Yeah. It's good you made it out the hood. You made it out the ghetto.
Yeah. Now I work at Trader Joe's. You know.
At Trader Joe's. That's where the hipsters.
Most definitely, yeah.
Yeah, you know, we don't have any hipsters. We just get, yeah.
What was that?
I didn't even know it was yours.
The what?
Spanakopita is dough pillows. Little dough pillows.
I know. Okay,
little pillows of dough.
It's funny because I haven't done this bit on stage yet. I've been writing it because I'll go out on dates and I'll tell them, oh, I'm a stand-up comic, and I'll tell them like, oh, I've been at the Improv, been up there, you know, done this, done that. But I work at Trader Joe's during the day, and all the women would just be like, ask me about Trader Joe's, like ask me about the snacks and like seasonal stuff. Like, yeah, they're more interested in that than like me performing on stage. Like,
hold on.
Yeah, what day does the kale come in? That's what I want to know. Is it Tuesdays? Is that my freshest kale day at Trader Joe's?
It depends on.
No, that's the
wow,
bro.
I'm over here trying to answer it. Like,
wow.
I'm giving a legitimate answer.
I'm sorry, I'm back at the grippy socks.
But I get you though. That's the mode you're when you don't really hate your job, and people will ask you the questions and you start answering. See, that's a thing. That's a thing. When I'm in another store and people ask me questions thinking I work there. That's when I gladly respond back. It's funny, isn't it? Like, versus if you don't really care for your job and they think you know, and they ask you a question, you know, like I'll be gladly, even when I walk in Trader Joe's, say if I have a Hawaiian shirt on, they ask me a question. Oh, it's right over here. Yeah, and today we're sampling this. Hey, you want some coffee over here? Hey, check out these prices on beer. I like this one right here, and I'll you know. Wow, I'll be answering their questions like I work there, and you know I might have gotten some compliments.
Yeah.
From people saying my name, and I don't even work there.
That's hilarious. So with Trader Joe's, like I've worked retail my entire life, but there they gave me like the most freedom to do whatever I want. Some customer will be like, "Is this good?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Fuck it. Open it up. Let's find out. Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care. Just open it up. Who cares? Like, just let's try it." And then like they'll like it, but just take it with you. Like, "Are you sure you don't want me to pay for it?" I'm like, "No, just take it. I don't care. Like, just take it."
Go faster. Come on, just what are you doing? They're watching me. Come on, just take it. Right?
No, but like I've actually like
Now you're gonna have to go out the side door.
Yeah, I've watched the numbers. That actually increases our sales in that like specific item. Like people are like they're down with it, you know.
Wow.
Like that's, in my opinion, customer service. Just me being like, "Yeah, just take it. I don't care."
So you're single right now.
Yeah.
It's important for fans out there. Yeah, you know, it's kind of tough. Some people that are single. I was in the Uber ride, and the guy I could see because I was in the back. It's weird because I took other Ubers because I didn't drive there, and they didn't have the plastic shield. But the first guy I encountered, he had the plastic shield. So I thought it was normal. So I was in the other ones because I was in the back thinking you're supposed to be in the back, and he had this girl in the front, and I guess she was young, and I guess she was hot. And the guy, man, he chopping it up with her, man.
Yeah.
He was chopping it up with her, but then after a while, it was like. Yeah, because I could tell she just seemed like she was answering his question. Then I could tell after watching, it's like, oh no, I talk too much. She's actually into me, and like she would, and you could tell because she had brought her hands toward her chest. She kind of crouched down a little bit.
She got more reserved.
And poor guy, because he I don't know, poor guy, because I could tell he was trying to go by the guidelines. Like he wasn't trying to go overboard. He was just trying to make conversation. But you could tell he was into her. Because I could tell you, I kept looking at my Uber ride. Like, yeah, he's going a long way. My time keeps getting added. Like, he was driving down the projects in Vegas. I was like, shoot, man, this guy. And then
like liquor store, massage parlor, like
liquor store, massage parlor. Now we're going through college campuses, and I keep telling my friend, 5 minutes, I'm gonna arrive at your house. Okay, now it's 28 minutes. All right. But then I noticed the moment I looked at him, I saw that silence, and just look at her, silent, just look at her, and I could just tell he was like, I'm so stupid. What am I doing? This isn't working. And then I could tell he was going to my destination. I was like so grateful. Like, but I felt bad for the guy, but I was so grateful at the same time that okay, finally, geez, he realized and gave up. So
it was a driver macking on the other passenger.
Yeah, and she was in the front seat, and I had to be in the back, so it was like,
I
was like, yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, when you're in that like industry of working, that's not cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could try to talk to them, but you can't. Yeah, you can't go over. So I think he was kind of still going by the guidelines. He wasn't really going over.
I mean, if you said you felt him get disappointed, he probably had that.
Actually,
hope,
okay, this is what he did. So as he was driving, it was lingering. He was like, "Let me try one last move." I could tell. I saw a little smirk on his face. I was looking forward.
Ooh, yeah,
he did turn on Justin Timberlake's "Sexy Back," and he started like dancing in his seat. And he kind of looked at her with one eye, just like turned his eye a little bit. He started dancing a little bit. So I was catching his vibe. I was like, all right, he's trying this. Yeah, he's trying it. But then he's like, he was trying to get the words out to himself. And he's just like side eyeing her, but not trying to make it too obvious.
Yeah.
And then that's when I could just tell he knew the vibe got killed.
Yeah.
Because he didn't even finish the song. He turned it off. It was like serious face and awkward. And then that's when it was like, he's taking me to my destination.
Yeah, that's rough. Because I feel like girls can definitely feel that last desperation attempt, Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, what was that? 2 stars. It started off okay, but
it's going to be an awkward rating. So, you didn't. Okay, well, how did she still tip him after that boob grab, too? Oh, okay. That was a side combo, just so audience know. That wasn't this woman. But yeah, if if Uber driver grabs your boob, even if you're a man, do not tip him. Do not, because you gotta let these guys.
In hindsight, I'll remember that.
No.
You do the Uber driving? Oh, do not tip.
I thought he was just trying to make sure I didn't go through the
you know,
windshield.
you know what's weird?
Seinfeld, what is it called? The Frank Costanza's move.
Oh, is that his move?
I forgot what it's called. It's like the yeah.
It's weird move. When Paul said that. I thought he was gonna be the Uber driver. I was like, you Uber drive? Like I was like,
stop short.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I'm trying to let Paul know over here. If he Uber drives, don't grab the man or woman's boob because they won't tip you.
The worst thing is I just stole a joke from Frank Costanza. So
I work with that
pretty
guy.
Bad. Where did I get it? Through osmosis, through something.
If you ever been to my work,
up,
you would know what I mean by I know that guy. He works with me, but you'd know if you. Yeah, so I went for a wedding out there.
Nice.
Pretty wild.
I got thinking about it. I got sexually harassed on stage twice last week during the same mic.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Well, if you're not to get paid.
It was an open mic, so no, I didn't get paid.
No, yeah, if you're not groping me, I'm not.
No, I was like, I mean, it was during like a really rough audience, so the only people listening to me were the other comics, and like the other half of the bar was just like fucking around. So I was like trying to get off stage, and like some random chola came out from the bathroom and just like grabbed a handful of my ass and dug her fingers in. She's like, "Good game," and then she walked off, and I was like, "All right, that's gonna be my closing bit tonight, guys. Thank you very much."
That just happened.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Well, sounds like she grabbed it with force. So she was doing. She said, "Good game."
Yeah.
So she was relating to the football, and you were there.
I guess so. I mean, she was polite enough to ask another girl next to her if I was her man, and then she did it. Like once the girl was like, "No," she went ahead and did it. But yeah.
Probably the only one she didn't want to scrap with in the bar too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can take all these other women except her. And I better go ask her.
It was wild.
Man, good, fair game.
They had like a buffet. They had a buffet at this wedding too, and yeah, it was pretty. I actually just thought it'd be. Usually there's like the marriage thing in Illinois, but they did the vows there on the balcony.
Oh, and you could like see the buffet during the vows, or like.
Yeah, I was eyeing it at the balcony. I was like, that's next. That's next.
That's what brought the tear out of my eyes, like just looking at those crab legs.
Well, yeah, I mean.
And then there was the food.
Shout out to the guy I met in Vegas, Drew. I did not know this guy till I got to Vegas, and he dressed up for the occasion. I mean, like he was a work partner with my friend. He was like, "Hey," I said, "Hey, could I bring him too?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's cool." And then I was like, "Hey, this guy's cool. I hope we're Vatos Locos siempre." I had such a good time out there. That's why I could realize why people just go
live out there
and just don't want to be seen anymore. Like my stepdad, he's a hermit in the hills somewhere, and he has one eye, one testicle, but he just wanted to be away from everything. He wanted to be family, friends, everything. He just wanted to be away, just nothing around. Sometimes you just feel that way, where everything just everyone just at you, but it's
yeah. That's what's interesting about Vegas is because it's like you got that like the casinos and all that debauchery and everything, but the outskirts are like really like socially conservative.
They are, yeah. But there's a mix of both out there, I guess. I guess there's a mix of both.
Is that right?
Conservative and because it sucked because my friends, we were up late. We started talking about politics all of a sudden.
Oh yeah.
Must have been on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because it's 6 in the morning.
About that Vegas special, yeah.
It was like 6 in the morning. And I gotta go. I got this. Yeah, and then
I gotta do this podcast at 4 in California.
Yeah, I gotta get going, man. Like we could have kept talking, and that was a good vibe right there. I was we were kind of getting away. because we were kicking it, but they have their own lives outside of us all just hanging out. But too bad you can't just keep that vibe going forever. Just that vibe you have in a situation like that, to where you all feel like you're just getting away from things.
Yeah.
But the fun stops. Man, how you feel about weddings and all that?
I mean, they're cool, like I'll go and I'll support you guys, and like especially if I know you personally, like
Yeah,
go
yeah, especially because
Yeah.
or else you're what, a wedding crasher.
oh, most definitely, yeah, just show up and drink and eat for free, But no, like
Yeah, I mean, you could advance to the funeral crashing. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like I didn't think of marriage. I was with a girl for 10 years, had a kid with her, and here I am single doing comedy, But no, they're cool, they're fun, Especially like getting a reason to go out to Vegas and whatnot, hang out, party. That's pretty dope.
I feel like I don't know if I'm like for or really against marriage.
It's a hard 8-year commitment,
Just yeah. I mean, 8 year. Well, I mean, you're giving this world a lot of thought because I really thought the world was going to end in 5 years.
Well, it's not like you have to do it until after you are apart or something like that. Oh wait.
Apart. Yeah. They don't slice and dice their spouses anymore. Don't you watch the Discovery Channel? They poison they poison their spouse. But yeah, I was going out at Vegas and I get oh, you're getting married. I think most people were joking, but I'm getting the whole heat from it, because like I'm supposedly against marriage. I'm not really. I've said not really for. I'm just not for mistakes, Like I mean, if something, and I'm not even if you're with someone for a while, I'm not for like just let's get married. I'm like if it feels like something you should do, yeah, that's the way to go about it. If it just feels like the thing that like
someone needs health insurance, yeah.
Hey, there's a reason for that. If the reason is right, and you feel like it's the thing to do, it should just come naturally, right? It should just come naturally.
So you've done stand-up before, right?
I had to stop. I felt like I sucked.
You had to stop? Why?
Wait, do you think I'm funny, man? I mean, do you? I don't think you think I'm funny, but do you feel like things I said could turn into jokes?
Most definitely, yeah. Like I feel like you have
okay.
like a specific delivery that really appeals to a lot of people, and it's just like it's about not quitting.
Yeah, I guess that's the vibe I was getting with. Yeah, because
because like I was saying, like I ate a dick, so to speak, like 3 times last week, but then like the sets I did crush were like amazing, and I learned a lot. Like I mean, you learn a lot from like doing great, but you learn the most when you bomb.
You know what? I could say it's almost happened, but then I realized, whoa, that's a dick.
Oh no, not me. I'm like, oh, I ate that whole fucking thing. I gobbled it up. It was terrible.
Wow, he said gobbled. Was that a Jeffrey Dahmer bit?
I haven't done that, or I have come close, but like yeah, like just talking about like women's obsession with like serial killer documentaries, like, but that's the closest I've come to like bringing up serial killers.
You never hear about comedians talking about being molested, do you?
I know Bobby Lee says he was molested by someone with Down syndrome.
That okay. Okay. Now that's okay. It's weird. That actually, I didn't think about that, but that actually I could see comedians joking about. I just realized that rappers are now opening up about that. Young Jeezy talked about how he's molested, and I'm like,
do you know
rappers in my day didn't talk like that.
Yeah, it was a little more reserved. It was more just like, fuck the police. But do you know the comedian like Joey Diaz?
The cokehead.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't think so. Watching his Bits. Well, no, not just Bits. I saw him on stage.
Yeah.
Out here
you did? Cool.
at Cobb's, and he was with Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, man, this guy must be really intelligent because he's opening up for Joe Rogan. But he was funny, but he was just he was a comedian.
How long ago was that?
Yeah, man. Like I said, I might have died and come back. No, I gotta say it was probably my 20s. So it was a long ass time ago.
Because he did stop. He did like quit cold turkey doing coke, but like in his early days, like he would definitely like talk about that, you know, like being a cokehead and doing comedy and whatnot with Rogan especially.
I just gotta say it was probably in my 20s. I don't know the age, but I know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. I'm 32. I don't know what I'm doing. Like.
No. I mean, I know, like, no.
He remembers where, like, he was in his life. Oh, I remember that's when I was working at the gas station and I had this car.
Yeah, let's not get that confused.
He doesn't remember exactly how old he was, but he remembers what time of his life.
When it comes to life plans, no, that wasn't. Actually, that was even more not a thought process. I'm just saying I was getting drunk around Broadway.
Okay.
So in the city, so I was walking all over the place. Yeah, that's definitely a long time ago. Yes. Oh dang, that's empty there. And that's fine. I was gonna try to catch up with you, but
almost 70. Do you want?
Well, that's
you
all.
Want the rosé or?
Yeah, no, we're coming to an end.
Okay, right.
That's why I was saying, dang, I was gonna catch up to you there. That didn't work out.
Joey Diaz, he likes talking about like he wasn't molested, but it was like a neighborhood molester that they would like fuck with, you know, like. Growing up in Jersey, he would like him and his friends would get him to buy them beer, thinking that they were gonna hang out, and they fucking take off on him. And they would do it like once a week, and this guy would like actually like hope for it to happen, but you know.
That would trigger some people, man.
Don't start. I just have to pee. Don't fucking start.
Wait, I just. Oh,
Joey Diaz's bit.
when more people leave.
I don't talk about that.
Wait, I don't think that was about Joey Diaz's bit.
What was that?
I don't think that was about his bit.
No, I think it was about something earlier.
Dang, now I don't even know if that was a bit, so we can't even. Yeah. Well, actually, I think it's plug time. So, yeah. We plug away, Paulie. Paulie E. P.E.
Upcoming shit I got.
Yep.
You know, every Tuesday I help run the show at the Blue Lagoon. Tomorrow we got Ivy Cordova and Frankie Marcos. You know, they're both really great comics. We are featured in Headliner Act.
Wait. Ivy was supposed to stab me.
Ivy Cordova?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't she?
What? We're name calling today, Ivy Cordova. Why didn't you stab me? Why didn't you stab me?
Yeah, right. That floating
and
rib.
she
What
didn't even
happened?
stay. I don't even know. I forgot the actual screenshot thing. I don't know what she was gonna stab me with.
She was gonna give you a stabbing.
I don't know what she was gonna stab me with. Yeah, see.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I don't even know if I want the other thing.
I mean,
when you went like this, I might have been to peg me. Yeah.
I mean, that sounds
I'm
a
no
little bit
pagan.
Yeah. Depends on how you feel. It might be a little bit better or worse.
Yuck! Oh, yeah. I was about to give her all the options, saying, what are you gonna stab me with?
Feel free.
No,
Your instrument of choice.
No, plug away. All right.
Yeah, I got that. That's what the show I do every Tuesday, and I love doing that show. Other than that, I'm just kind of out here, doing my shit.
How about your social media handles? How do we keep up with everything that you're doing, Paulie?
Oh, thank you. That's really good. I'm PaulieJohn408 on Instagram. Same thing on Facebook, Twitter, Threads. Yeah. And then from there, I post clips, post my upcoming shows when they happen. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We have had Paulie E. What should we do? An out song?
Yeah, we can do an out song on the way out, and then your cat, and
Yeah.
then the exit.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
The righteous are disguised. They don't want us to unite. A wolf in sheep's clothes. This is not a fair fight. The righteous are disguised. They don't want us to unite. Controlling what you see. Defame anyone who speaks. Gotta zoom in on the facts. I'm a human dodging zombies. If I speak my truth, then it's probably gonna cost me. They lobby for the narrative. For them it is imperative to sit back and say nothing, but for me that's just unbearable. It's terrible, they're terrorizing the future of our world. I ain't masking up my little girl so you can feel secure. That's absurd and I refuse. Challenge me, I bet you lose. I've been stacking ammunition for the people just like you. I see past the scare tactics. Patience wearing thin. Other people see it too. You'll never do this shit again. Leave me alone. Let me live my life. Banning people from society has never been alright. As a kid, I swore I'd never let mistreatment happen on my watch. Now my peers are watching people getting treated like some dogs. You've been hypnotized by the richest of the rich. They don't want us fighting them, they want us fighting from within. The righteous are disguised, they don't want us to unite. A wolf in sheep's clothes, this is not a fair fight. The righteous are disguised, they don't want us to unite. Controlling what you see, defame anyone who speaks. Control with a screen is sickening. The masses just keep listening. The victors write the history, burning books like hickory, changing definitions so they can fit you in with something that you're not, because the truth is too specific. They want you to lose your family, your friends, your job. If you don't conform, then you'll be running from the mob. It's all just an illusion. Most people had enough. When you escape from the matrix, it hurts to wake up. So what's it gonna be? The red or the blue? The lies or the truth? The disguise or the view? You want the wool to remain on your eyes, you gotta choose. Wake up tomorrow, do what you always do. I'm living in reality, and yeah, it's been challenging, but I ain't going back to being herd like some cattle. The battle's in the mind, they don't want us to unite. 1% is all it takes to save the whole 99. The righteous are disguised, they don't want us to unite. A wolf in sheep's clothes, this is not a fair fight. The righteous are disguised, they don't want us to unite. Controlling what you see, defame anyone who speaks. The righteous are disguised, controlling